Good evening, everyone. It is senior night for the Melbourne High School Band. We were able to honor them before the game. I'm Ron Lighthall alongside my main Daryl Double D Duran. And you can see here the festivities are getting underway here at beautiful McIntyre Stadium. As we get underway, the Palm Bay Pirates come in with a winless record. They are 0-4. Melbourne has evened theirs last week to 2-2, and we look forward to a great battle to Babcock Street, and that is tonight's special game. We have a wonderful trophy, but the atmosphere is electric out here for this game tonight. We want to welcome everybody. Again, I'm Ron Lighthall alongside my main man, Daryl Double D Duran. Daryl, welcome, sir.
Ron, it's a great night to be here. It's great weather finally here at the Dog Pound. A nice breeze out here tonight. No rain, knock on wood. Kind of got goosebumps, man. It's that rivalry between Palm Bay and Melbourne that you always get up for each and every season, even if you're not playing. Just as an alumni, you know, you get up for the game.
This is a special game. 100 years of Melbourne football, welcoming their arch nemesis for many of those years, the Palm Bay Pirates.
Yeah, Palm Bay comes in, you know, struggling on offense a little bit. Melbourne finally getting their offensive going the last two games here.
You know, we talked last week, Daryl, one of our keys to the game was opening up the pass game, and boy, howdy, did they do that last week.
Yeah, and yes, they did. They finally got, you know, everything going. You know, they still had a couple kinks they need to fix this past week at practice. They did. I've talked to some of the coaches from Mel High. I've talked to Mitch Brown. They said they both had a good week of practice. They got their kids up for this rivalry game. But, you know, there's going to be a hiccup on one of the sides, and what team can fix that hiccup during the game tonight and come out with the victory?
So it looks like Melbourne had won the toss, and they deferred to Palm Bay. And they're going to, Palm Bay will receive. And that will be going from screen left to screen right. And tonight, as the Bulldogs get ready, their captains make their way out. And Daryl, what a big game this is for, you know, Melbourne High School. They can finally break that precipice to go on to the winning side of their record, which is something that has eluded them 4 games into the season so far.
Yes, Melbourne comes into this contest 2-2. Could have been what I thought a 3-1 ball club to this point. The first game was a definite winnable ball game that they let get out of reach. We've seen that here on the broadcast. But, you know, it's a different week, and it's a rivalry game. And here comes your Melbourne Bulldogs.
That time of night where just the angle of the camera changes and we get different lighting. Got the band in full swing here, and they are just entertaining the crowd tonight.
They should be a great game here, Ron. You know, nice breeze.
You know, there's
off the coast.
There's a gust. I mean, it is gusty. We've had light breezes throughout the year, but there is a steady wind at this point in the air. And of course, your Melbourne Bulldogs clad in their fade white to green helmets, right down to their green jerseys, green pants. And they'll be they'll be hosting the Palm Bay Pirates clad in their black helmets, white jerseys, white pants.
Palm Bay comes into this contest 0-4, Melbourne 2-2, and Cicilline had to kick it off for the Bulldogs here. Cicilline with a long kick, taking about the 15 of Palm Bay. Palm Bay is going to run it. Bill! There's a big hit out there between the Bulldogs and the Pirates. And it'll be a 1st and 10, Palm Bay at their own 32-yard line.
So one of the things, we had talked about was getting penalties under control, and that is something Melbourne, even last week, did not have fully under control, Daryl, and that was the penalty situation. We've got to get that under control for the Bulldogs, and the Palm Bay Pirates are looking to get to their winning ways, and there are ways that they can capitalize. They have just been completely outscored thus far this year, and their offense has only been able to put 7 points in 4 games.
Yeah, 1 touchdown. And their defense has got a safety, so only 9 points on the season. And a little pitch out there, and Wyatt Vatava's right there with help. Bobby Boucher Vatava right there, the athlete for Mel High, along with number 9 of Melbourne, Waters Jr. Wyatt, the senior captain out there on the defense for defensive coordinator Jeff Panucci.
One of the big names for Palm Bay is out this game. Of course, Larry Johnson has been one of their key players. He will not be in tonight's game. You'll see that number 0, but that is on Derek Jones this evening.
And wow! Malady and Botava.
Malady and
once
Botava.
Again.
Daryl, I think those two are in the huddle.
Woo, boy. Ron, you can look at my arm right now. I got goosebumps. I played in this rivalry back in 03, and we lost. I ain't going to say Palm Bay was the better team that night, but I know I came back here and smacked my windshield, and my dad knew what I did. Didn't get in trouble. He knew I had, energy.
Teenage angst.
Yes. And I'd like to say hello to my mother and father, Melvin and Linda Duran, watching, and my sister and her family's here. I'm going to try to say hi to her. And it's going to be 3rd down and 13 for Palm Bay. Palm Bay drops back, has pressure, go to throw the screen, and slips on that turf. Finder, Duell Finder, wide receiver on the reception.
I think that was number 9, Braden Cook coming out again. I'm having a little trouble reading that number, but I don't want to. I think honestly, it was number 9, Daryl.
And if I apologize, I called the wrong one. It's them numbers are squished.
Oh, you'll have plenty of opportunity tonight to be saying dual feeder tonight, because he is one of those clutch players for the Pirates, an excellent athlete and a fantastic young man. But he was not in on that play. That was Braden Cook.
Back deep, McCarthy and Botava for the Bulldogs. No, that's blocked at the line. Going to be picked up by Melbourne, and he's just going to fall on it. I think he was trying to get back upfield, but special teams coming out, and you can see
got that fingertip on it and kind of shot it straight up in the air.
And you can see Jeff Panucci out there, played in this rivalry and coaching this rivalry several times.
Big 3 lawn care. Brenda Savita Photography.
Thank you all for tuning in to the broadcast tonight. All of our sponsors are on the top screen, so thank you to all of those if we don't mention them during the game. But just thank you. We could not be here without those sponsors each and every week. Bulldogs 1st and 10 at their own 46. Hands off it's up. Quarterback option, pitches to McCarthy. McCarthy's down, knocked out of bounds at about the 31 as a triple option there for Melbourne.
Gotta like that play, Daryl. And again, we talked about mixing up plays. We haven't seen that play.
No.
That's a new one for us.
No, that was a nice triple option by Rogers, the junior quarterback.
We kept telling them mix up those plays, and boy, they come out tonight. So
Noah McNair in there, and McCarthy at running back. 1st and 10 Bulldogs inside Palm Bay territory, and we're going to have
a false start.
Yeah. Man, we had a lot of those Wednesday night
flag
game. And
I thought you were going to say last week, because we had a lot of them
last week too. But it's hard to get mad at 5- and 6-year-olds, but we got to clean that up this week at practice. And if anybody's here from the West Melbourne Wranglers tonight, I'd like to say hello from Coach Duran. And hello to any of my coaches watching, assistant coaches. Rogers at the helm, 1st down and 15. Gives McCarthy off right tackle. He's going to get his 5 yards back. So it'd be a second down and 10. Melbourne.
Stood up and pushed back. We don't have a number 25 listed on our official roster for Palm Bay.
42 Hunger checks into the ball game, and Jennings for Melbourne.
But Trent Curry, we do have a name for, number 6. He was in on that play as well. And again, in the comments section, if you know who that number 25 is, we're going to need that tonight because that's a playmaker.
Rolls out to his left, throws it down at the knees, incomplete. Stopping the clock.
Third down.
3rd and 10, Melbourne.
You know, the first 2 games that Melbourne, they struggled. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They struggled to get the offense clicking. They weren't clicking early on and didn't gain any momentum, so there wasn't anything to carry through. You know, it's kind of like, nailing that final long putt in a game of golf, and you can't wait to get back out there again. That was not the case for the Bulldogs in the first 2 games, but they got things turned around against Satellite on the road, and then, of course, here last week they were able to come home and notch their second victory.
Fields in motion. Little screen, and that's going to be read good by Palm Bay, intended for McCarthy. And it's going to be 4th down. They're in that zone where they can either punt the ball and pin them deep or go for it. The defense just came out with phenomenal stop.
Yep, that was Billy Brown and Logan Pollard in there with that pressure for the Pirates. Tonight's the first night we've had where that real weather has a tinge of football in it. Got that wind blowing. We've got the a cooler front coming through. No rain.
Melbourne going for it here with trips to the near side. Single up top. Rogers rolling out, has pressure, throws it, and it's going to be incomplete. Good pressure there by the Pirates defensive line. So a turnover on downs. The Melbourne defense will come back onto the field. So a good stance there by Palm Bay.
Credit Michael Davis for Palm Bay there, Darryl. He came in hard, and he got his hands up in the air to really shake up and disrupt that play. So good play there. That's Michael Davis. He's one of their seniors there on the Palm Bay side.
And if you have any scores that you can put in the comments for us, we would appreciate it.
Incorporated. Thank you for your continued
I'd like to say
support
hello
of
to
football.
Grandma Baker watching.
1st and 10 for the Pirates.
Going over on downs for the Pirates.
And a misdirection in the backfield. Malady once again.
Tackle for loss for the Bulldog defense.
And 33, Gagan.
Pirates going in the wrong direction. That's 3 yards.
So
loss
both
on the play,
defenses
makes it
coming out
2nd and 13
strong for their
Palm Bay.
teams. That's going to be a 3-yard loss for Palm Bay. Bring up 2nd down, 13. Four games on tap right here on the network. And intercepted. 22 Votava, Bobby Boucher. He's going to be in there for a touchdown. 22 Votava with the INT return. Happy for the young man. Good job there. Votava's going to be holding the extra point here. So Melbourne on top 6-0 here in the first quarter, 7-17. Like to say hello to Micah Hughes and his son, former Mel High alumni here at the game tonight.
First big play of the night for the Bulldogs. Darryl, was like he was right in the position of a receiver.
And the kick's up and good.
7:17 left to play.
Ron, I'm gonna have to troll patrol real quick, so take over for me.
I know that gets so frustrating. What he's referring to is in the comment section. We make all of our necessary apologies, but we do get hammered It's not good for us because it engages people and it may take you to an errant site that puts you in jeopardy, but at the same time, it taints our product, and it's not fair to us that we spend this time and energy and resources and money to bring you this broadcast as best we can, to have people engaged. So Daryl does his best to purge that for you as a courtesy, but we do preemptively apologize for that. And the one thing we do ask is if you see something on there, please don't engage. We'll take care of it, but engaging and back and forth muddies it for all. But here we are with a 7-0 ball game with 7:17 on the clock in the first quarter, and Melbourne will be making its second kickoff to the Pirates.
And wrapped up by a host of Bulldogs on the reception for Palm Bay at their own 30 was number 17 for Palm Bay, Cameron Joseph.
Where Bulldog athletes will be this week. Go to melbourneathletics.org. You will find schedules for every fall sport.
So Melbourne coming out and striking quick defensively, and they hang 7 on the board.
And I talked to Coach Benucci yesterday. Their mindset is where it needs to be for this game. They got to get to 3-2 because next week they have probably, I say, their toughest game against Osceola at Osceola. They are 3-2. Man in motion for Palm Bay. Looks like
that's Fighter.
And one catches the ball, turns it back inside, and he's going to be wrapped up once again by Votava and Gagan in the backfield. And there's not a number 1 for Palm Bay on our roster.
It's like somehow between the printing of the rosters and game day, they got some numbers ironed on.
Yeah, 640. And just like to thank all of our sponsors for providing our game meals, pre-game, and they do a phenomenal job for us each and every week. All of our, our realtor sponsors, our insurance sponsors, our chicken wing sponsors. Thank you all. Coming off the edge, screen, big hit there. And that's actually going to be looks like number, is that 8? That looks like 8 that caught that ball. Hit by the defensive line. That's going to be Finder.
Number 8 is Dual Fighter. He's goes by the nickname Junior, but he is a junior at Palm Bay, and if they can keep talent back home, a lot of these teams just struggling with kids, just coming and going. The carousel.
Yeah, it's every program unless you're Coco, and that's just my opinion, folks. Drops back, Palm Bay looking down the field, overthrows his receiver. Intended for Fighter.
Fighter
again.
He's got wheels. He was behind the defense there, just couldn't connect.
Number 21. Mazzell. No, that's the wrong one. Jenkins. There's 2 21s on Melbourne. Jenkins, the defender, on that play. So 4th down and a pirate ship to go for Palm Bay.
Louis Martinez will take the field. He is their kicker. He is a junior.
5:23 left in this ball game.
Let's not discount that pressure Melbourne got the last time.
And they're bringing it once again.
This one is a clean.
Taken by McCarthy. McCarthy's got some running room. Got Votava out in front blocking. They're down the far sidelines. There he goes. We got a hanky flying in, but
14, but there is a flag on the play.
Flag flies in about the 18, 20-yard line. Either blocking the
still
back.
deep into Pirate territory.
Yes.
If this is in fact a spot foul.
Yep. They'll be in Pirate territory. Cody Black and Hunter Turner checking in to the ball game. What's up, fellas? Hunter, I don't get a high. Cody gets a high before me. As in Michelle Tanner from Full House.
Auburn's
How
football would
rude.
like to thank the Karka.
I love
Big
them.
shout out to Cody, man. Him and his Bulls got a big game tomorrow, man.
Yes, they
Big
do.
game, and I tell you, I think they have the potential to shock not just the state, but talking to Cody's dad earlier. I mean, there's a lot of believers, a lot of believers.
Yes, there is.
And I tell you, they one of those programs that been beat up, but boy, this year they have got things firing. So best of luck to Cody and his Bulls tomorrow, because as a UCF fan, it pains me, Daryl. It pains me, but I'm pulling for them Bulls, man. I'm pulling. 5:10 remaining in the first quarter after the penalty mark-off. It is going to be first down from the 44-yard line of the Pirates.
Melbourne. Oh, no, Rogers going to keep it.
Rogers keeps it for about a 5-yard gain. It'll
So
be
it'll
a
be
second down for
first
Melbourne.
and 5. Like to give a shout out to Boys 2 Electric watching. Sam Ely, Boys 2 Electric there for all your electrical needs. New construction, old construction, commercial. They do it all.
Second down for Melbourne.
He takes it once again. He's going to take it himself. They got that triple option offense going tonight. And that's going to be Rich's Auto Tech first down.
Part of my double duties, Daryl, is a camera operator, and there's a certain appreciation for predictability, but some of these plays that they're pulling out, are new to us, and I got to break the habit of anticipation here. So again, that's a first down with the quarterback keeper, but that triple option tonight so far has worked extremely well for the Bulldogs.
And to give up the middle, another 5-6 yards.
Another churn and burn, power
Short
lunge.
gain for the Bulldogs.
One thing that was on display last week that you and I have not talked about is the sheer speed that was on display last week that Melbourne, they showed that they have. I mean, they had guys on offense and defense just flying around, big playmakers with the wheels kicking.
And Melbourne's going to have a 2nd and 4 coming up. 0-0 ball game, Topeka at Vieira. That's a district ball game. And Vero Beach at Heritage, 0-0 as well. And Rogers is going to keep it himself, tucks it outside, looking for the pylon. And he's going to be short.
Just inside.
So he's going to have a first and goal inside the Fatty-Kanazi red zone. Custom cabinetry by Fatty-Kanazi. Like to thank him for sponsoring.
Fresh set of sticks for the Bulldogs on the 3-yard line. And the Bulldogs have just been unstoppable so far on the ground.
Rogers under center now. The gives to the up back. 28 Johnson. Johnson with a 3-yard touchdown. Bulldogs.
Johnson picking up the 3 yards behind the O-line, taking a hold.
3 yards and a cloud of dust, Daryl.
On the board for the Bulldogs.
Melbourne quickly into the double digits with looking to tack one more on there with 3:04. Down, kick is up and good.
By Reed is good.
So 14-0 Melbourne. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. You're watching Bavard Sports Network, your leader in sports right here on the Space Coast. And folks, if you're looking for an alternative news outlet, Ron, would you like to tell them?
I am proud to announce the launch of the Space Coast Orbit. Check us out on Facebook in our infancy. Grow with us. Check us out at Space Coast Orbit. Also our news page at spacecoastorbit.com. And another aspect that is coming that's in development is going to be an app base where you'll be able to get all of our videos directly live, unencumbered, no filters, no Facebook. You'll be able to get that on Roku and Fire Stick, as well as a special app in both Android and Apple. So Daryl, we are in the testing phases of those right now.
And all what you see here on BSN is going to be available on the Orbit as well.
Archived library, but you'll be able to go in and
Okay.
you know, if any restaurants or that have the ability to do Roku, you'll be able to tune right in and get the local high school games.
Cicilline with a roly-poly there, and a big hit
Bulldogs special team wrapping up
by
the
Melbourne, taken by number 17 of Palm Bay.
Makes it a first
So
and
we
10
look
Palm
forward
Bay.
to our launch of the Space Coast Orbit, and
that's
again
gonna
we're
be-
gonna be building that. And I am, Daryl, I am so thrilled to have partnered with Alan Zlatarzinski, who is bar none the absolute king of Brevard sports when it comes to information and accurate information and in-depth coverage and getting to know these young men, young women, that are in and active in sports. And I don't care if it's bowling to football, baseball. I mean, he's got you covered. And honestly, the amount of time I wish people could know that Alan puts into research and his energy just is so consumed by making sure that you are informed and you have all you need for Brevard sports. So anything sports related, reach out to BSN, reach out to Alan. He is putting together a fantastic team, and I couldn't be more proud to have to be a part of this as well.
A little run there by Palm Bay off the far side. They're going to gain about 3 yards. Ron, you hit that scoreboard for me on our end.
Hit the scoreboard.
I just don't want no one yelling at us.
I got 14 on the board, Daryl.
All right, then it's wrong on my phone because it froze for a minute. I apologize.
That's all right. I think we do have a. With this timeout, I am showing 14 on the scoreboard.
I did. I reset my phone. My fault. My fault, everybody. Leave it to electrician. And a big shout out to Ashley Westbrook Realty for donating the Battle of Babcock Street, Buster Clark Battle of Babcock Street trophy. If you weren't here, we named the trophy after Buster, who was a member of the 1966 championship team here at Melbourne High School. He's done so much for this community, not taken away from a lot of people that's done so much for this community. He was the president of the Palm Bay Booster Club for many years, and really it just God put it on my heart, and that's what we went with. And the winner will receive the Buster Clark Battle of Babcock Street trophy tonight. So thank you, Kilmer's Customs and Ashley Westbrook Realty, for their help with that.
And of course, the placard you saw there on your screen, it will have all the scores, we're told, hanging below. Palm Bay with a big run, first down for the Pirates, as they show a little zip in their step there.
Little trickery there for the Pirates, getting their first down of the night. Yeah, Joey Kilmer does such a phenomenal job. He did the Battle of the Crossroads trophy for Melbourne O'Galley. He did this one. He actually got this one done very quickly. He's been working very hard on his wife's salon. And Palm Bay is going to come up. First down and 10, gives to the fullback off the left side. He's getting some pressure.
Wow, able to get those extra steps on the outside. Braden Cook coming out of the backfield.
Some Palm Bay putting a little run offense in here. I know Melbourne will adjust. Jeff Panucci and Coach Grish and Coach Freeze, they're defensive guys. They do it each and every week.
Palm Bay, showing that spark though. I mean, they're still extremely well within striking distance, of course. I mean, we're too early in the football game, but
I'd like to say hello to Mike Otto watching in. Twins down here to the near side. One up top. He's coming in motion for Palm Bay. Drops back, looking for, he's going to have pressure in the backfield. And Melbourne is going to get a combo sack on that, 23-9. And that's going to be Waters and Richmond for Melbourne.
You know what happened there? It was just too slow to develop. The receivers couldn't get open. He was, made almost three looks, 3 pumps, and couldn't find his man open, and he just ran out of time there in the pocket. 37 seconds and counting in the first quarter.
Great atmosphere here at the Dog Pound Tom McIntyre Stadium. 2nd and long for the Pirates, and we're going to have a whistle.
I think we're going to have a false start.
And you are correct. That's going to back the Pirates up even further. It's going to be 2nd and a big Pirate chip to go for Palm Bay. Palm Bay does hold the overall win-loss record to Melbourne. But, Cody Black and Hunter Turner got a couple of them wins for us.
And, somebody we talked about last week,
Yep.
Coach Smith. Derek was part of one of those great rivalry games.
Derek Smith has got some wins on here. Mitch Brown has some wins. The head coach on Palm Bay, Mike DeGore, has some wins on the trophy, so it means a lot.
And off the fingers there on the far side.
That ball's going to be overthrown, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Melbourne Bulldogs 14, the Palm Bay Pirates 0 here at Tom McIntyre Stadium. You're watching Brevard Sports Network, your leader in sports, right here on the Space Coast with Ron Lighthall, class of 1988, and myself, Double D, Daryl Duran, of class of 04.
Daryl, let's give a shout out to the cheerleaders.
Yep.
And I am going to do something here, just a rudimentary listing here of the girls on the varsity squad. Of course, we're going to make them a fancy graphic for next week. We were able to get a snapshot, so those young ladies right there, all part of the cheerleading squad. And again, can't say this enough, these young ladies, they put in the time, they put in the athleticism, they put in the, the practices, early morning, late at night, the competitions. And the things that they do to keep the pep and the spirit going here on the 100th anniversary of Melbourne high school football. And of course, those young ladies need to be recognized. So, big shout out to them. And, they stare at the scoreboard thinking, no more scoring.
Yeah.
No more scoring. Let's hold on to 14 and go home.
And folks, if you're keeping track at home, this is the 998th game of Bulldog football history.
Getting so close.
999 will be played next week.
It's like driving down the road waiting for that odometer to click.
Yeah, we will not be there at Osceola. We're going to, I think, go do an 8-man game. Got to check with Alan. But the following week, we will be at the 1000th game at Lyman. Drops back, has pressure.
Oh, wow.
And all over him.
Again, slow to develop. Big number 95.
That one makes it 4th and Makoto.
Meador. And number 9, Waters. We've been calling Waters a lot tonight. So it's going to be 4th and a battleship to go for the Pirates.
Louis Martinez leg really getting a workout here tonight for Palm Bay. Now, here's where it's dangerous, Daryl. He is kicking into a gusty wind as that wind is actually moving almost, it's going towards the south-southeast here. So,
and I wouldn't doubt that old Panuch brings the house here, and you can see it right there. They're lining up to bring it. Nope, they're only going to bring 2.
Flag
and caught. Votava, he's down the far sideline. He's still on his feet, knocked out of bounds.
Daryl, we had a flag and a whistle.
An early whistle.
An early whistle. I mean, that errant whistle. We had that happen last week, and I went back and watched the video thinking, well, did my ears deceive me? And they did not. But it's so much easier to as an observer, but during that kickoff.
And it's back here, and that's usually delay a game. I went back and rewatched it. you're a United States of American.
A little.
But I mean, it's just an honor to be here with you, Ron. Once again, we got to hook up.
It is
with BSN, and folks. We try to do most biased broadcast.
Unbiased.
That's what it's. Sorry, unbiased broadcast, and everyone's gonna throw paper at me through their TVs now.
Here's the thing, though. And I tell people all the time, like, we don't intentionally get to be one-sided. It's that you and I, Daryl, we cover Melbourne high school football, and with each game we become more comfortable and more comfortable and more comfortable as we know the names, we know the plays, we know the history. So it's not done intentionally, it's done in the fact that it's a comfort level. But we certainly try to be fair, especially if it's a cross-town rivalry game.
Correct.
Or an in-county game. Some of the out-of-county games, it's hard not to be a homer because it's difficult. I mean, we don't know the names and the plays or the history.
We have the down marker at the 39. The ball is going to be placed at the 30. What do we got going on here,
Bulldogs
Ron?
will take over after the very costly holding penalty, and they'll be 1st and 10 from the 28.
Holding.
Where that flag came in, that boy made no sense.
It didn't. Like, early whistle, the flag, and then it's a whole, and the down marker still down here at the 39. All right, now they're telling them to move.
Okay, Daryl.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
They're exactly where the first down would have been for Palm Bay.
Correct.
The first down markers didn't move.
Rogers hands off, but Palm Bay, he should have pulled that one.
Swarms.
So Palm Bay was all over that defensive line. McCarthy,
Bulldogs
the ball
at
carrier.
2nd down.
So 2nd and 14 coming up for Melbourne.
Got a host of Pirates, including DeMar Hopkins in there. Logan Pollard again on that outside position. He is dangerous out there.
And Rogers is going to pull it. He's a running quarterback, has a blocker out there. He gets down to the sidelines and ran out of bounds. Rogers getting a lot of yards. Looks like a young Tebow out there running the ball for Mel High.
Gets that seam, Daryl. He sees the green and he just takes advantage of it.
Great run there by the junior quarterback, and another quarterback we got to pregame with, Tracy Thorpe. Talk with him. He's going to come on the broadcast when we do the Vieira game. He said, heck yeah, I'll be more than happy to. So we got to bring extra mic on the Vieira broadcast. Rogers looking for receiver, 19, catches it, and he's going to be close to a first down for Melbourne. That's going to be Noelmeyer. Gain of about 10.
See where they mark this at. We're seeing.
First down line. Let's see what the officials say.
They're
first down. Melbourne.
They're going to move that chain. Kept watching the umpire on the far side of the field, making that lean and the lean and the lean.
And there's a timeout on the field.
So we're going to have a timeout on the field. Folks, once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors that go across the top of your screen each and every week. We could not be here without those sponsors. I mean, our pregame meal we get each and every week before the game. All of the realtors, the paver guys, cabinet guys. If you'd like to be a part of Bavard Sports Network and like us to cover a game, please give us some notice, and we can do our very best to get a crew out there. Please reach out to one of us, Ron, myself, Alan. We can all get somebody out there. We have some interns that would like to get some work broadcasting. And, the crews are growing and growing each and every year. And like you said, Alan's doing a phenomenal job letting us do our thing here at Melbourne. Like we said, we're going to try to go to the 8-man next week, make sure that's all right. But it's just a great group right here at Bavard Sports Network. First down, Melbourne. Ooh, fumble on the play. Rogers smartly.
Smartly. You and I. Smartly.
Give another shout out. Company I help out a little bit. A man who's known me since I was just a toddler. Old Sam Ely, old former Mel High alumni.
Back before you were licensed and you were just sticking keys in the outlets.
Oh, and the ball was snapped. And we got a.
That was weird. Was the ball whistled into play?
Slight communication on the field.
Don't know.
Bulldogs able to come up with the ball.
Okay, well, boy, that was bizarre at best.
All right, so Melbourne's going to have it
Bulldogs
long
heading
here, third and very long after the early snap there. So Melbourne's got to regroup. And Rogers is going to take it himself. He's got plenty of running room out there.
Flags come flying in all
Rogers
over.
wrapped up at the Pirate 49, but there is a flag on
And that
the
was
play.
only where Rogers was at, so I don't know if it was a hands to the face.
Now you're going to go holding against Mel High. They're getting those permissions over there from those checks to see what Palm Bay wants to do. It's going to go against Mel High.
So not the series Melbourne wanted to have right here, was driving the ball very well, and that snap, you know, just sent Melbourne backwards. The penalty's going to be declined, and Melbourne's going to punt for the first time tonight. And Votava comes out.
Be careful what you say, Daryl. We've seen this already once this year. Twice, actually. One successful and one extremely close.
Members of the class of 1904 in attendance tonight, thank you for coming home to Melbourne High School.
A low snap there. Votava gets it away. They're going to kick it out of bounds. He almost had enough room to run it there for a first down if he really wanted to.
It was a long first down, Daryl. He had to get down to the 30-yard line, but you could see it in his face. He wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that long pause. He was able to scan down the field and kind of gave it one of those running soccer-style kicks. But, yeah.
31-yard line, first and 10, Palm Bay here. 8:29 to go in the first half.
Lazy Turtle Riverfront Grill, Caliber Property Improvements, Complete Synthetic Turf, Ferguson Granite.
The Battle of Babcock always proves to be one of those games where you're going to get good football either way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, rivalry game, just like you're going to get a good rivalry game between O'Galley and Melbourne at the end of the year. Battle of the Crossroads. It's the battle of the Buster Clark Trophy tonight. Buster Clark Battle of Babcock Street Trophy. Again, shout out to Ashley Westbrook and Kilmer's Customs. Thank you so much.
Palm Bay, it's a man in motion.
And
Keep it on the ground.
They're going to go behind the fullback.
Bounces his way outside. Finally driven out of bounds, just short of the first down.
Number 9.
No, he's going to have enough for the first down.
Cook, pick up a 10 yards.
They got him
wrapped up
right over the stick, so
by
alertly finding the first down marker.
Irvin of Melbourne. So first and 10, Palm Bay at their own 40,
first down.
1.5 yard line. 8:15 and counting here. And again, Cook.
Oh, that's Malady was in there. Oh, there we go.
And a flag on the field.
I think that's going to come down here to this sideline here. That was a play away from the tackle.
Gonna have a personal foul against Palm Bay. So already, you know, it's going to start on one side or the other. You know,
it is.
It's in a rivalry game here.
You get that little chippiness. You get that little bit of head game going on, and they break and crack just a little bit.
Yeah.
But that was down here on the Melbourne sideline, no less. That's
I'd like to say hello to Rich's Auto Tech, Cody, and the gang tuning in tonight. They are the sponsors of the O'Galley Melbourne Trophy.
From their own 25.
So second down and a big pirate chip to go. A little slant out, caught by Palm Bay, wrapped up by number 15. And that's going to be Patrick, the tackler, wrapping up Junior. Dwell Jr., the receiver for Palm Bay. If you have any scores around town that you can put in the comments, we really appreciate it. Just don't put any links in the comments, please.
Tell you what, man, that fighter kid, he is, he probably the most dangerous 5'8" receiver in the county. An incredibly talented young man.
He's in motion, low snap, handoff up the middle.
Short game for the Pirates is still going to make
I think they really wanted to give it to him on the sweep there, but it was
They
a low,
did.
it was a low snap, so they had to.
Going to their second carrier, Brayton Cook, there in the backfield.
And another good stop there by the Bulldogs. 6:55 remaining before halftime. You're watching the Bavard Sports Network, your leader in sports, right here on the Space Coast. Ron Lighthall, Double D, Daryl Duran here on the call for you.
Well, Melbourne will get the ball back, but so far, after those two big possessions, defensively opening the game and then their first possession, after that, Melbourne is stalled. Not stopped, but stalled a little bit.
Low snap there, punts away. He's going to call a fair catch at the 42. Smart decision there for Melbourne. Great field position for the offense to come out and go from there.
Water break.
A timeout for a water break.
I'd like to thank Erica Valente, Family Wellness and Health, right there, located in West by God, Melbourne on Minton Road. I believe they're going to come after they had a church thing with Buster Clark's family, and they should be here for the present of the trophy.
The Melbourne Miracles dance team would like to thank some of their sponsors: Arrow Panda, the Venice family, the Childers family,
13-0
Gasoline Express,
Vieira over Toho
Doc Holliday.
right now. I mean, that was a game, the first game of the season that Melbourne should have won. They came out here flat, dropped a few touchdown passes.
That's it.
7-7 ball game, Heritage and Vero Beach. And it gives to Johnson. Johnson's got a big hole out there. Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling.
Again, more laundry midfield.
And to me, the play, they were already gone. And
All right, so this is where the chippiness has to get under control here from these coaches. There's
now's a good job for Melbourne separating their players. No flags, I don't think, flew. 7-0 O'Galley on top of University, right? 14-0 O'Galley.
We'll see what this initial call was, because we have the one flag sitting right on the eyeball of the center logo there. Face mask. Oh, wow. Going against Palm Bay. So Palm Bay's penalties have been costly. These are not small blunders, Daryl. These are personal fouls.
And you can actually hear the coaches on the Melbourne sidelines actually yelling to their players, "Don't get caught."
Yeah, don't get sucked
Yeah.
into it.
Play your game, get the win.
Stay melee free.
Yeah.
tack on extra yardage, first down for Melbourne.
Gives McCarthy up the middle. Good hold there by Baker and Black on the offensive line.
As they move deeper into Pirate territory.
Leading rusher Mike Hambone Hamilton tuning in. Senior cousin, old Tracy Thorpe. He said you better tighten up coaching.
Boy, nothing makes you feel older than seeing ex-players that you remember when they were so young.
When I came out here and watched them.
You know, Tracy was electrifying, and no offense, Tracy, but you know he's an old man like the rest of us now, Daryl.
Yeah.
You know, the wife, the kids, the job.
And that's going to be an Ashley Westbrook first down inside the Riches Auto Tech red zone. Mike has a good detailing service. Maybe I'll get him to sponsor the Vieira game.
Got to come up with a catchphrase for Ashley, you know? Maybe something for the linemen.
Oh, nice pat.
Picked off.
That's a bad decision there. Bad decision there for Melbourne. Receiver was not ready for that ball. So
no, bad communication and over to the Pirates.
So Palm Bay is going to take over.
Getting back to Ashley, you know, what we need to do is maybe when a hole opens up on the offensive line and they get those extra yards, we'll say they open the door. They open the door. And on that note, if you want to open a door of your dream home, give Ashley a call.
Yep. She's got a few for sale.
She does. She does. I was driving by, and like I said, one over by the Melbourne golf course where you can walk right to the golf course.
That's just a phenomenal neighborhood, quiet neighborhood.
Quiet.
I actually met my new neighbor. He actually came through the fence like good old Mr. Wilson from Home Improvement. He's like, hey, are you the nice neighbor? I'm like,
no, I'm not.
Oh, low snap. And Votava tried to pick it up. Votava was getting a little greedy there, almost wanting another touchdown.
And they're going to get a penalty, so that's going to back them up 15 yards. Toss the ball in the air in celebration. Come on, we're getting a little chippy right now. So that's
Coach Kentai's pulling them off. Coach Bernucci's pulling them off. They're like, hey,
I understand that the referees have to keep it under control, but
we like the intensity, but
temper it down. Temper it down.
And you're going to hear the Melbourne faithful, in the background, but it's
first down Bulldogs.
It's the right call.
It is, but it's one of the okay.
Yes, yeah.
What I've grown to call a Patrick Mahomes call.
Now this week,
not a Chiefs fan, not a Chiefs hater. I just watch data and I think, oh my God, this guy gets every call.
I got to get with Allen because this week his team, the Ravens, play the Cowboys, who we just got destroyed by the Saints at home. The Baltimore Ravens come into our town. Rodgers overthrows Fields. Good idea there. Had the blockers out in front. Vieira on top of Toho, 20-0. So that's going to be a good ball game here on senior night. District matchup.
4:49 on the.
We're just a few minutes away from halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you.
Folks, once again, there's so many sponsors that just come up to me and Ron each and every season. We'll get to him in just a second. Rodgers at the helm, hands off. Nope. Yes, he does. Just another bad decision there. He was trying to pull
back
it back.
Back and forth.
And he knows that one's on him.
Come up with the ball.
And he tried to pull it back from McCarthy to have the hole there, but Rodgers and him are going to talk about that. That's on him.
Daryl, you get that shaky wheel vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You and I have each pulled trailers, and the old cart wagon. You get that one loose wheel.
Nothing hurt there, but it is another turnover to Palm Bay. So 2 turnovers the Bulldogs give to Palm Bay. Bulldogs have also got two or three turnovers from Palm Bay, so about equal on the turnover battle.
Yeah, and it's been almost on this drive almost entirely with the back and forth.
Man in motion, that's Junior, and it's going to give to Cook. Cook's got, and he's going to be met by Reed of Mel High.
You know, on that drive exchange, Daryl, it started with the interception on the 2,
Yep.
then the fumble back to Melbourne, then Melbourne turns it back over. I mean, you're talking just an exchange back and forth, all within the 30-yard line here.
4:12 remaining in the first half. Another good crowd here from Melbourne. Melbourne does actually go on the road for the next 2 games against the Osceola Cowboys, who's a district matchup. If Melbourne wins this, both teams will be 3-2. Osceola won last night. They're 3-2 right now. And here comes Palm Bay, Twins up top. Single down below, Junior in motion and looking for a receiver, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield by number 9 and 99, Waters and Malady. They have got that stunt down. Coach Panucci's doing a great job out there.
This is where they have to act like they've been there before.
Yep.
I would take time out and tell these kids, stop. Act like that's what you expected, because this is where, you know, they're going to make those calls. They're going to got to be real careful with those celebratory movements that they could be deemed, you know,
Yep. Coco's 7-0 right now.
flag worthy.
So it's going to be 3rd and a big Pirate ship to go as we are on top of the Dog Pound Doghouse tonight here at Tom McIntyre Stadium. Coming out, and they're going to have a timeout. Palm Bay. So with that timeout, I'd like to thank Natwick Insurance, who is a main sponsor of Brevard Sports Network throughout all the broadcasts. I'd like to thank Ashley Westbrook Realty. She will open the door for your new dream home. I'd like to thank Hooters just for our pregame meal.
That's it. I got to thank Hooters.
Each and every week. Cat McFarland, they actually help out in the parking lot.
Our pregame chatter, they give back here to Melbourne High School and help with the parking and the fundraising with the parking. And they're, of course, one of the good neighbors here for things like car washes.
And what I'm excited about, the regional general manager said, hey, let's bring high school, you know, the community back together. So half of the restaurant will be O'Galley, the other half will be Melbourne, and they're going to divide it down the middle. So it brings the community back together.
That's it.
Just at a family restaurant, and it's awesome. Good football there.
You know, one of the things, Daryl, too, is you talk about that old nostalgic vibe, and you know, ultimately you want to get those kids in there again who dream of donning the Bulldog or the Commodore or the Pirate jerseys, and that's what they aspire. You know, they look forward to being a part of that.
Palm Bay running a wheel route there.
That was just a communication error there. That was intended for number 17 for Palm Bay.
4th down, custom cabinetry by Fatty Canazzi.
Kamari and Joseph, the intended receiver for the Pirates.
Do you need any remodelization done? He's the man. But we couldn't, you know, Rich's Auto Tech, Ashley Westbrook, each season I've gone to them, hey, you guys want to sign, you know, back up for football? They're like, yes, we got you, Duran. Hey, it's baseball, you know, spring, yes, we got you, Duran. And, you know, Ashley Westbrook, Rich's Auto Tech, love you to death. Thank you so much. And nearly blocked there. Fair catch caught by Melbourne.
Bulldog special team downs the ball at the Pirate 38.
But, you know, we are kind of in a predicament with, you know, trying to get this trophy made. Kilmer's Custom, Joey Kilmer did a phenomenal job. If you guys can check them out, it'd be phenomenal. Go give him support. He just opened up a hair salon for his wife in Palm Bay right there by Long Doggers on Minton Road. He's actually going to try to come to 1026 post game at Hooters and present Allen's sign that we're getting made for him.
1st and 10 for Melbourne.
And he don't know what it's going to look like, so Allen, you're going to be surprised. And Johnson going to be right up the middle, short gain on the play.
Stout defense show there for Palm Bay. Short gain on the play. Palm Bay stepping up. I tell you, in this second quarter, they have been re-energized, haven't been able to put points on the board, but they have not given up the fight.
No, they haven't. Any Melbourne Palm Bay game is either going to be a blowout or close. And right now, I say it's fairly close. It's a 2-touchdown lead for Melbourne. And another run right there off tackle. Palm Bay's in a rebuilding, and they're young too. I talked to Mitch Brown. They lost 15 transfers after the spring game. They're in the same battle as Melbourne is.
Keeping the talent.
Trying to keep people together. And Erica Valente.
Clock continues to run. We're down inside of 1:30 with clock running.
Family Wellness and Health. McCarthy up the middle.
Again, that stout defense showing up for Palm Bay.
Should be enough for a first down, Melbourne. 1-1-3 on the clock.
First down, Bulldogs.
First down, Melbourne.
They needed a short gain. They got the short gain. I thought maybe Palm Bay. Pollard came in there and made the stop. He was shoulder to shoulder, but in a game of inches, it got those inches.
And we'd like to thank
Played Against Sports, Poseidon Pools,
Dave Kentai, Jeff Panucci, Coach Chad Raymond, AD Chad Raymond, and Dr. Kirk here at Melbourne for allowing us to come and do this each and every season here at Melbourne. We're going to be on the road a little bit, Ron. Game number 998 is at Osceola. Excuse me, game 999 is going to be at Osceola. We got 998 tonight. And then we're going to have the thousandth game.
We just got a score update too, so
7-7 Coco.
I gave you just enough not to break copyright.
You did. They're playing at Venice. That stream is on BSN. So 113, Melbourne on the drive, drops back. Looking for a receiver downfield. He's got a man. Oh, look.
Gonna get wrangled up. No call.
Oh, boy. Oh.
All the bleacher refs were making that call up here, Daryl.
It looked like a lot of tugging out there. I'm not on the field, but it looked like a lot of tugging out there for not a hanky to fly for either side. I think Fox 35 is on the sidelines. They're up both schools this morning. It was great to see, news crew here on Brevard County featuring the high schools. Rogers rolling out and caught. Oh, big hit there by Palm Bay. Caught by number 7, and that's going to be Thomas. Hit hard by
Trent Curry. Trent Curry there for Palm Bay.
Yeah, that was a big knock there by Palm Bay. Heard that all the way up here on top of the doghouse.
He patiently waited for his prey and pass complete.
Rogers looking for Thomas again.
Again, the bleacher refs are.
Second down for the Bulldogs.
And Coach Kentai has got the headset off down there, and we're not on the field. We can't see it exactly, but what it looks like from up here, man, there's a lot of
hand jockeying.
Yeah, they're letting them play.
That's it. Let them play.
45 seconds. Rogers looking for Thomas once again. It's 3 times in a row, twice incomplete. So 3rd and 10. I think if Melbourne gets a little bit more yardage, they're bringing Cicilline to attempt the field goal.
Yep, I believe that as well. Kicking with the wind to your back is always the most ideal situation. With 3rd down, 38 seconds remaining.
Rogers shifts McCarthy to the other side. Palm Bay's coming off the edge, looking for his man. Fields. Good defense there by Palm Bay. And they're going to bring in the field goal unit. It's actually going to be Reed to attempt this field goal.
And the wind has gone somewhat idle just for a moment, just a light breeze, but it is gusty.
It's blowing from
Field goal attempt by Melbourne.
the ocean in. Holds down, kicks up. Can it get there? Yes, it does.
3 points on the board by
It was about at
23
the,
seconds left to play in the first half. It's your Melbourne.
we're going to call it a 30-yard field goal for the young man.
Palm Bay Pirates 0.
Reed, second quarter score.
I got to tell you, Darryl, that was a big stand by the Palm Bay defense to only allow those 3 points.
Yeah, that was phenomenal, Stan. I mean,
And they've had a great second quarter here. I mean,
Yep.
they have done a good job. They were stopping Melbourne. They had just been victims of that turnover battle going back and forth there. And but big stops in the backfield and
but Melbourne now,
making sure that big play didn't happen.
But Melbourne now up 17-0 on the Battle of Babcock Street here
23 seconds left to play in the first half.
at Tom McIntyre Stadium. Palm Bay won the battle last year. And Cicilline, going to be kicking the ball off. He actually, a few games ago, he's like, can you put a little Italian on it? I'm like, you want a Southern guy to put a little Italian. So hopefully I'm doing a good job for him.
Southern Italian. You know, you had his permission to do your best.
He's like, hey, give it your best shot. And a little pooch kick. Going to take it by Palm Bay. He slips at the 25, and he's going to be
Ball
down.
to the 25 by the Pirates.
Taken by number 17 of Palm Bay.
10 with 19 seconds left.
That is Joseph.
Last chance, ladies and gentlemen, go get that concession stand hot dog.
19 seconds. Look for Palm Bay to go to the air. You know, they got nothing to lose here. They got to air it out, and they certainly have the ability to do that. They have not proven to be a scoring team this year, but they certainly have talent.
They do.
And they have the ability. And
very young talent, Mitch Brown.
And this is the time of game where they shock you with one of those plays. And
Yep. Mitch Brown, young head coach over there for Palm Bay, has a great coaching staff and great support staff. Mike DeGory is on board with him over there, and they're going to give it to Cook to just run the clock out, looks like.
wow, just stifling.
Second and long.
That'll run down. That'll be the half, Darryl.
Jerry Freeze tuning in. So, folks, 17-0 ball game here at the Dog Pound. Ron Lighthall, Double D, Daryl Duran. We're going to take a quick break, let you listen to the band. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll get you some scores around the town. And you're watching the Bard Sports Network, your leader in sports.
Melbourne will be receiving the ball to start the second half.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Palm Bay Magnet High School Marching Pirates. The band program is under the direction of Daniel Berman, assisted by Emmanuel Christie and Faith Brandy. Their drill rider is Barbara Berman. Their choreographer is Amy Springer. They are led onto the field by their drum majors, Melina Cruz and Jacqueline Lopez Camacho. Tonight they will be performing their halftime show titled Perseverance. Drum majors, is your band ready? You may begin your show.
You have an 800 number? Hello.
Nobody's gonna make it now.
Yeah, sorry. Next thing you want to know. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Palm Bay Magnet High School Marching Pirates. And now, welcome to the field for their senior night performance, your Pride of The Pride of Miller High is led onto the field by drum majors Rosie Zaricki, Evan Fan, and McGee DeVerter. Tonight they will be performing a portion of their halftime show titled The Final Frontier, featuring music from Interstellar and Star Trek Into Darkness. Drum majors, is your band ready? You may begin your show.
seconds away from kickoff, ladies and gentlemen, but you still have time to get some shaved ice, an ice cream sandwich, cheeseburger, hot dog. We're in the second half, so when they're gone, they're gone. Don't go home hungry. Melbourne will be receiving the ball to start the second half. They lead the Palm Bay Pirates 17-0. Melbourne High School would like to thank Buffalo Wild Wings for their continued support of Bulldog football and Bulldog athletics. Thank you, Buffalo Wild Wings.
And back for second half action. Once again, we are here at Melbourne High School. Ron Lighthall, Daryl Double D Durand for the kickoff.
And a big kick's going to be taken about the 5-yard line by Votava. He's got some blockers out. He's going to hit a hole. Hitting another hole.
Flags fly.
Flags on the field.
Pick up right where they left off, Daryl.
At the 44-yard line.
Big run back by Votava. See if it comes back a little bit.
Holding against Melbourne.
It's going to be holding against Melbourne. I'd like to thank everybody for keeping up with the broadcast tonight. Babcock Street rivalry game here at Tom McIntyre Stadium between Melbourne and Palm Bay. Palm Bay leads the all-time series. I believe it's 37-8 over Melbourne. Rogers at the helm once again, and McCarthy tries to stay on his feet.
Wow, a different Palm Bay defense comes out. Penalty flags fly 2 in a row.
Picking up a couple hard-fought yards, but a flag on the play.
Flag.
See what this flag is for.
Face mask on Palm Bay. I don't know if it's a 5-yard or 15.
Penalty against the Pirates is going to tack on some yards.
So it's just a 5-yard incidental face mask. It should remain second down. Second and 5 coming up for Melbourne. Rogers hands off. No, he passes it out. No.
In and out of the hands.
Just
couldn't.
Too short.
He was running before he had the ball, Daryl.
Yes.
Catch ball, turn upfield. He turned upfield and
second down for Melbourne.
Intended for Ty Fields. Fields catches the ball right at the yard to gain.
He's going to have enough for a first down just by inches.
Rogers did
so a 5-yard reception for Fields from Rogers.
And that's a first down, Bulldogs.
They fake that inside give and go to the air. It was a repeat of the same play, the prior play.
Rogers again pulls it, throws it out, far side, gain of a few.
Screen pass. Palm Bay defense was on that screen pass that time. They were sitting patiently for that, minimizing any gains. They got about 4 on that play.
Geez, 2nd and 7 coming up for Melbourne. Trip to the near side here for the Bulldogs. One up top, single back formation for Melbourne. And it gives right there maybe a gain of 1.
That Palm Bay defense, you know, they got
Short game for the Bulldogs.
probably had a little chat at halftime. That's Logan Pollard there stuffing up the middle. A name we've called a number of times tonight.
Made an adjustment there, and now it's going to be 3rd down and now 6 for Melbourne.
Michael Davis also getting a little helmet action there for the Pirates. Third and 6.
Palm Bay coming on a blitz. Rogers sees it, throws it, and again almost intercepted. Just throws over the top of
We're
Fields.
looking at a 4th down.
And Melbourne's going to be looking at a 4th down here.
We talked about the talent earlier of that dual feeder in the background, in the backfield, and you know, dual threat being on the offense and the defense. And there he was in on that play again.
And they're going to send the punting unit out. So Melbourne's first drive of the second half stalls at the 40. Votava set the punt. Low snap. And he's just going to pick it up and try to turn the corner. And running out of bounds, and they're going to mark him about a yard.
Oh, just short,
man.
just short. 1 yard short. Yep, that'll go over on downs to the Pirates.
1st and 10 for the Pirates from the 45.
Almost picks it up there for Melbourne on a bobble snap.
Overall, a smart move. Try to get back what you could instead of.
Volleyball, bowling, swimming, cross country.
So
Let's see if that energizes Palm Bay's offense, because they're going to come out here and.
Palm Bay needs to do something here. Only scoring 9 points on the season, 1 touchdown in 4 games. Defense getting a safety. Their defense has been their strong point for Palm Bay. They've been moving the ball a little bit on Melbourne tonight with their fullback Cook. Has been their best option for Palm Bay. Melbourne trying to shift down. And Cook is going to be walloped in the backfield by Votava.
Votava, man, he
coming
just
off the
flew
edge.
in there.
It's a yard. Will make it 2nd and 11. Running down the ball carrier from behind. Tackle for loss.
You know, Darryl, Votava's not a big kid. He's a fast kid, but his technical skills are excellent in the way that he knows how to properly tackle and how to properly pursue a ball carrier.
Yep, he came through the West Melbourne system out there.
Certainly one of the anchors here on this Melbourne defense.
2nd and 11, and it gives right up the middle, but it's going to be met by that whole defensive line for Melbourne.
No gain for the Pirate
I mean, you
runner.
can't call just one number on that. It was about 4 or 5 guys.
The offensive line photo was
Bulldogs, make sure you check out the merch tent.
gathered for their sitting.
100 season.
No gain on the play. In
In
fact,
last week they sold out. Get them
a
before
little
they're
bit of a
gone.
loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 13 for the Pirates.
Looking at a 3rd and long.
So
You know,
Pirates trying to get some positive yards on the night.
They got to make something happen. Their defense came out. They stymied the offense of the Bulldogs. They've got to get something going here just to kind of give that defense something to fight for.
He's going to drop back, has pressure, and he's going to be
Sacked
sacked.
the quarterback.
Palm Bay cannot keep Melbourne out of the backfield, and that's going to be Waters on the sack for Melbourne.
Again, that speed just came flying in there.
Just when Melbourne does that twist stunt up front, and Palm Bay cannot handle the stunts from Melbourne tonight, and they're going to force Palm Bay to punt the ball back to Melbourne 7-17.
Opened up with a slugfest here, Darryl, just back and forth.
Yep.
4 and out, both sides.
Palm Bay running one on late.
Boy, Melbourne looks like they're bringing the house.
They're going to bring 3. Punts away. Good punt by Palm Bay. Votava's going to take it. He's got some run. Oh, another flag flies in. Wyatt's down the sideline, and he tries to get it. He goes off. He's going to get, and another flag flies in.
Multiple flags on the field.
And Votava's going to
It's a
score.
touchdown, but we got some handkerchiefs to deal with.
But we got to sort this out. It's hard to call when a young man's doing such a great job on the return. You see flags flying in here, there. He did such a great job on that return. So if they're offsetting, I don't know how that's going to work. One's downfield, that one's down here.
Well, the officials sorted out.
Blocking the back, decline.
Holding against
So that's what they're going to call the first penalty down here is going to be holding call. So that touchdown gets annulled.
I tell you, man, happy Flag Night again, Daryl.
Melbourne football would like to thank New Gators.
Brian Fisher checking in.
You know, we talked about the quick shooting and having these things holstered, but
Yeah. And I think Matt Bollinger, the old quick draw McGraw. I'd like to say hello to Mr. Matt Bollinger, former referee. Thank you all for tuning in. And if,
toughest thing to do out there on that field is be a referee, and you start second guessing. But you know, with a host of penalties where you have one or two to choose from, you know, you got to give credit to the referees for being out there and making those calls, whether you like them or not.
Yeah. And Melbourne's going to take it first down and 10 in their own territory, about the 28-yard line. Rogers still at the helm for Melbourne. And the gives, looks like to Johnson.
Johnson with about an 8-yard.
Johnson's going to have about 7-8 yard pickup, bring up second down.
For Melbourne.
I tell you what, when you put the hands in the ball of Johnson in the backfield, it is a power run right up the middle. That young man right there lowers his shoulder and just keeps digging.
Second and 2, Melbourne. Melbourne hands off to Johnson. Johnson's got a hole. He bounces it, trying to bounce it. And he's going to be right at the line of gain.
Keeps fighting. I think he got it by a good yard or so, Darryl. We're going to see where they finally mark this.
Bulldogs with the first down, so that's a first down Bulldogs.
I think we had an ejection in that play too, Darryl. Not sure officially.
No, I think they just said to take a play off for the time.
He was the ball carrier, and he was getting manhandled there at the end.
Yeah,
so he needs to clear his mind.
And it's going to start that jeopardy, like we said. It's going to start more and more here in the second half.
In fact, if you're on the cross-country team and you just heard that, it's time to go home.
Cocoa up 28-14 right now. And I'd like to say hello to Big A, Anthony Curtis. If you're still watching, bud, we're praying for you. Congratulations on your marriage with your wife. I know you're battling a bad disease right now, and we are all praying for you here at Brevard Sports Network, especially me knowing you and playing with you. I know the Melbourne faithful is all praying for you as well. So Big A, Anthony Curtis, I know he was watching earlier, but just like to say hello to you, bud.
5:53 on the clock here for the Melbourne Bulldogs. They're going to be first down and 10 as they take a water break. Timeout called by the referees. Trying to get some heads cooled here on both sides.
Rogers in, hands off to McCarthy. Right up the gut. Off tackle. Good 6 yards there. An offensive line, they don't get the credit they deserve. You know, them running backs can't run without a good block in there. Dean Baker and Carter Black up there and company. A young offensive line as well.
Opening doors.
Opening doors. And he wanted to pull that, and he gave it. And McCarthy going to be no gain on the play, maybe loss of one.
Tackled by a host of Pirates.
Bring up third down.
DeMar Hopkins in there. We got, along with Michael Davis was in on that play. Big stop for the Pirates there, right there, the 3rd down.
Rogers drops back, looks for a little out. Seven's going to catch that. That's going to be Thomas. That's going to be, should be enough for a 1st down.
That's going to be plenty for a 1st down by about 5 yards. That was just one of those quick pitch and catch right on the sideline.
So a 6-yard catch there by Thomas, 1st down and 10. Melbourne now at the 48. 4:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter here at the Dog Pound. Dogs are up in the rivalry game, 17-0. Bombay looking to blitz. And Rogers is going to pull it. And a good blocking again.
Going to be just short of the 1st down, but what a power run for 9.
9 yards, and now looks like a new unit checks in. Johnson, Hunger, and 14 checking in. Martonic. And looks like they're just going to go muddle huddle here. And did we got an injury timeout or Palm Bay calling timeout? Oh man, that just, Melbourne was lining up to go on a quick count, and they got the blockers up the middle, and Melbourne should have enough for a 1st down.
Rogers all the way down to the 39, and that's a 1st down.
Rogers right behind Hunger on that play. Melbourne's got to substitute a line. Helmet came off.
Yeah, he pulled his helmet off to adjust it, and
63 checks in.
Came off.
In for Melbourne. We don't have a 63. We got a 64. Rogers, Johnson in the backfield. Fields and Thomas to the near screen. Rogers is going to pull it, throw to Fields. Fields is going to be wrapped up out of bounds. No gain on the play.
No gain for the Bulldogs, makes it 2nd and 10.
Palm Bay players, they're
62 Brown checks back in the ball game.
they're exchanging pleasantries there on the sideline. Trent Curry after that play. So again, you got to be dangerously close, man. You got to be careful. You're not going to agitate a team when they're up 17.
Palm Bay looking to bring a blitz. And a ball just pops out.
Right up in the air and caught by a lineman here for Palm Bay. That'll go over. That'll be an interception by number 11, William Ryan, coming up with the ball.
Just another missed opportunity for Melbourne and another error, on this offense. Luckily they've been having, good drives and everything going right now. But the few turnovers that they've had tonight are just uncalled for.
What started off as a botched snap, he couldn't get a grip on it, tried to make a throw, and up it went. So Palm Bay will come out. They're energized. I mean, Palm Bay right now is energized. They look at that scoreboard and they're unaffected.
And Coach Kentai doesn't like the call at all. And Palm Bay is going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 23.
No game for the Pirates.
Richmond.
2nd and 10.
Hitting one big green wall there on that.
Richmond in on the bottom there. 40.
I tell you, one thing Melbourne's defense has done tonight is they have minimized the green spaces on the field and closed them very quickly for Palm Bay. They have not had that big play. They've done well in the air when they're able to make those connections, when they can get the timing in the backfield and get quarterback protection. But so far tonight, they have been unable to get that big run.
2nd and 10 coming up for Palm Bay. 1 minute and about 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. You're watching Brevard Sports Network. home of the best coverage right here on the Space Coast. Drops back Palm Bay, and it's tipped.
Batted down.
Incomplete.
Boy, that was just smacked down. That's
I believe either Waters or
number 9 for Melbourne. It looked like
Waters.
Waters just went full volleyball mode on that one. Went up and spiked it right back down. So.
And once again, just like to thank each and every one of our sponsors that are on the broadcast, and you know they're going across the screen up top. And if we don't say everybody's name, just know that you're very thankful for this broadcast each and every week.
Looking at a 3rd and long. Get loud. Louder.
Big 3rd down for this Melbourne defense and this Palm Bay offense.
Waters coming off the edge, little screen, caught. And Palm Bay will have enough for a first down.
Excellent play. Got that blind screen in the backfield. He was able to get out. We just talked about them not being able to get the green spaces, and a lot of green opened up there for Palm Bay. Able to move the ball, going to give them a fresh set of downs. And they are playing inspired offense right now. They are energized. They are connecting.
A misalignment for the Bulldogs there to try to force Palm Bay to the punt. Palm Bay successful on 3rd and long.
44 seconds. Boy, what a fast 3rd quarter, Daryl.
Yeah, it has.
I mean,
it has been.
44 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter.
And now we got whistles all over the place.
Timeout by Palm Bay.
Yeah, timeout Palm Bay here on the Bard Sports Network.
They're going to think about what their plan is, but boy, they've gotten re-energized here.
Next week, the Bulldogs go on the road for 2 games, game 999 and game 1000 at Lyman. We'll be at the Lyman game next week. If you have the NHFS, I think the camera that they use out at Osceola, you can watch the game. We'll give you updates throughout the game about what score. It is a big district matchup between Osceola and Melbourne.
Buster was a member of the 1966 state championship team at Melbourne High School and president of the Palm Bay High Football Booster Club for many years. The trophy was custom made by Kilmer's Customs and donated by Ashley Lester Realty and Daryl Durant. So stick around after that. Bert Clark and Buster Clark will be here to present the trophy.
First down and 10, Palm Bay. Drops back, has a man down the field, good coverage, and just
out of his reach.
Out of his reach, yep. Good coverage there by Melbourne.
That's one of those plays in practice. Palm Bay knows they can make that play. He had a guy open, but just couldn't make the connection. But I tell you, good for Palm Bay. They're going after it.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Palm Bay.
I tell you, for a game that had all the indicators in the first 2 drives of what could have been a blowout, Palm Bay has done a great job of stymieing the Melbourne offense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And outside of that first quarter, first few possessions for Melbourne, the
Palm Bay hands right up the middle. Gain of 3, maybe 4.
4-yard pickup for the Pirates makes it 3rd down.
Miss Panucci, are you home watching? You not here at the game? And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. $17-0, no score there in the 3rd quarter.
Haven't had a score for
either team.
So far in the second half, and again, we talked about the scoring in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Palm Bay did a great job and held Melbourne to just that 1 field goal after a back and forth of no offense really wanting to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, and we left at halftime. All right, I'll let you slide, Miss Panucci. You do owe me dinner, though. Your husband said, I don't know. I just said, I'm hungry. Or Panera, whatever store you're at. But that's the defense coordinator's wife, Miss Panucci. Elise.
You're talking about a school with 100 years of football playing alumni.
I talked about it on the broadcast. In 03 we lost against Palm Bay bad. I mean, I came back, had some anger, and we all were, ticked off at each other because we didn't perform like we should have. But, Palm Bay holds the ultimate win-loss record against us.
It's your fault.
I know. but hopefully, Melbourne can get another victory tonight and chop into that Palm Bay lead. So 12 minutes to go in the Babcock Street rivalry game. 17-0 Bulldogs. Palm Bay driving. Drops back. Has pressure in the backfield, and he's going to be sacked. Again, number 95, Meador. And I don't know, that's got to be the 6th or 7th sack on the quarterback tonight.
But I tell you what, he gave him a hug and put him to sleep.
Pirates looking at
one of the things you talk about this rivalry, when Palm Bay first started their football program, they did not have a football field and shared here with Melbourne all the way up till 1989. And before they had their stadium, beautiful facility. I mean, state of the art for its day. And, still one of the finest fields in Brevard County, but they shared with Mel High. So every other year, Melbourne were the visitors.
Yeah.
So for these rivalry games, which we were in the visitors' locker room when we on the visitors' side.
Melbourne bringing the house a little bit. Intercepted by the Bulldogs. Second interception on the night for Panucci's defense out there. And they're going to say there's a hanky out there. Jeff seen the trophy that were
decline penalty. It's going to be an illegal man downfield.
We are going to present to the winners. Actually, Bert Clark and Buster Clark is actually here, the family, to present the trophy.
Turning it over to the offense with 10:59 left to play in the game.
Not 10:59. So once again, thank you all for tuning in to the broadcast. Kilmer's Customs once again does a phenomenal job for the Space Coast here. Making an awesome trophy for the rivalry game. They made the Crossroads trophy as well.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Trips to the near side here. Fields out wide. Jennings in motion, and we're going to have another flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Bulldogs. So multiple flags.
False start against the Bulldogs.
We talked about that in the beginning. They got to clean the flags up. And they got to clean the flags up a little bit more this week at practice. If
that's it,
they're going to take down the Osceola Cowboys, and that's going to be a big task.
Beautiful night for football, man. When the sun goes down, nice cool air.
And a little swing out to Jennings. He has a nice block from Fields. Jennings knocked out of bounds.
Jennings knocked out of bounds at the 43.
He should have about an 11-yard pickup.
I tell you what, Daryl, we're just a few degrees away from that hot chocolate at a football game weather.
Yeah,
of course, we're still in shorts and short sleeves and enjoying this weather.
I actually represent Marcus May Foundation T-shirt tonight. So 1st down and 10, Melbourne after that 11-yard reception. Good block from Fields. And Johnson straight up the middle, tries to cut it. He had the cut and just...
Oh, you could just see that back hoof just kick out right from under him.
And that's going to be a good 5-6-yard pickup for Johnson.
That back plant foot just kind of slipped right out from under him.
Second, we're going to call it 5 for Melbourne. 10 minutes left here in the ball game. And Rogers is going to take it himself, maybe a yard, and bring up 3rd down.
That's going to be busted up. We don't have a number 13, but number 13 for Palm Bay is listed as Derek Jones. We were told there was a jersey switch. We do not have a number 0 on the field, so I'm going to assume that 13 jersey went back to Derek Jones, Daryl.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, the head coach told me the 13 was going to 0, but who knows? Rogers hands to Johnson. Johnson, big hole up the middle for Melbourne. Johnson running, one man to beat, and a big hit there out of bounds. And Melbourne, good job there by Ty Fields, getting his teammate out of trouble.
That's it. Johnson needs to be separated because he was playing with some emotion earlier, and
good job there by Ty Fields.
You got to be real careful with that.
And that's going to be inside the Riches Auto Tech red zone. Ashley Westbrook first down. And Johnson turning, and Palm Bay is going to have him in the backfield. No gain on the play.
No gain for the Bulldogs, makes it 2nd and 10.
16 hit. There's 2 Brown, the tackler for Palm Bay. And if anybody has any scores around town, just feel free to put them in the comments.
You hear that wind coming through, even through our windscreens.
Yeah. And the hands up, and the ball on the ground. Nope, they got it back. The ball did pop up.
A little bobbling going on there, but able to maintain control. Gonna bring up big 3rd down for
gain of about 5 yards.
And again, the Palm Bay defense standing stout, man. They gave up that big play, but they're standing strong here in the shadows of the end zone. Clock continues to run. Melbourne keeps this ball on the ground.
And a hit. And Rogers is going to take it himself, tucks it, trying to get
the ball.
Man, another
a melee.
And it looked like Carter Black on the fumble recovery. 76, Carter Black, going to be credited with the touchdown.
Boy, there was a lot of scrum going on for that ball.
I mean, there's a few alignment. It might have been Dean Baker. I don't know. It just looked like Carter Black that was on the bottom of the pile. So if I said the wrong offensive lineman that recovered that ball in the end zone, I apologize. Extra point is good.
It's your Melbourne Bulldogs 24.
Melbourne stretches their lead, adding to their scoreboard. Boy, I tell you, that melee down in the end zone there, that was dangerously close to being a turnover, but it was just a...
Yeah, it popped out. I mean, the offensive line were all fighting for it, but, once again, you got to know if you're on the special teams, because 2 of them were not out there. They had to run people out there. And but Melbourne now up 24-0 here on Bavard Sports Network. 8 minutes to go. I think I'm going to go down with about 3 to 4 to go, Ron, and make sure I can get a picture of everybody getting a trophy. But right now, Melbourne in control of the Battle of Babcock Street trophy.
And the way you brought that up, we will close very quickly because we're going to get equipment down there, and we're going to be back live for the trophy presentation.
Simmons to kick for the Bulldogs.
Cicilline with the kickoff. Going to be taken by Palm Bay at their own 30.
Flag comes in. There's a little extracurriculars going on here.
And they don't need to get anybody ejected for next week. Brown and Coach Kentai out there trying to get their players back in order. Personal foul on Melbourne, and it's going to be a first down.
Personal foul against Melbourne puts Palm Bay 1st and 10 at the 45.
So a little charitable contribution there from the Bulldogs.
So 1st and 10, Palm Bay at their own 45-yard line. Man, high snap. And it's going to be recovered by Melbourne. And another turnover recovered by the Melbourne defense. And that should almost seal it up for the Bulldogs tonight.
And you know, right now, as a coach, you've got to temper your guys down. They're up 24 in a game that is full of emotion. Like you said, don't risk the ejection for the next game. I mean, they're already on thin ice. You got to get them tempered down. You're going to get that chippiness. You expect that from Palm Bay because the fight's still in them. You look at the scoreboard. You have to be the one to throttle back. And of course, I'm saying when the Bulldogs need to throttle back.
And we're going to give you about 3.5 more minutes, folks, and we're going to get off the broadcast so we can get down to the field.
I will carry the broadcast through, but I just want to warn everybody that I'm going to be cutting off abruptly and running down the stairs. So there'll be no...
And McCarthy was not down.
Finally.
And he's going to have a huge run out there to about the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
McCarthy, with the attempted tackle by the Pirates, was able to put on about 10 more yards after the initial hit. Makes it first down for Melbourne.
So 1st down and 10, Melbourne inside the Ashley Westbrook red zone. 1st down sponsored by Rich's Auto Tech. And all of our great sponsors, once again, thank you so much. New quarterback in for Melbourne. Carter Fisher, I believe, is in now at quarterback for Melbourne.
Yeah, get some clean jerseys in there.
Yeah.
Again, a packed house, man. Daryl, I mean, we are shoulder to shoulder on flanked on either side of us.
Yeah, senior night for the band. It'll be senior night for everybody else, cheerleaders and football team. On the Vieira game, it'll be our next broadcast here at the Dog Pound.
Second down for the Bulldogs.
And it gives off that far side and close to a first down.
Pick up for the Bulldogs. It's going to make it 3rd and short.
Johnson now checking back into the ball game. And Johnson right up the middle. Johnson close to a first down.
And that's
He's going to be inside the 2, so 1st and goal, Melbourne.
1st and goal for Melbourne.
And again, just to let everybody know, we're not going to be rude, but immediately upon the final conclusion of this game, we're going to be abruptly shutting down. But stay tuned because we'll have the post-game.
And Johnson gets a 2-yard run here with 5:25 remaining in the contest. So 6 more points on the scoreboard. 30-0 Mel High. So Keone Johnson will have the 2-yard score for Melbourne. And it looks like Melbourne will win the Buster Clark Battle of Babcock Street Trophy. And seeing what's going on.
Melbourne's going to get backed up for some penalty. Unsportsmanlike. You're get it for that celebration. I mean, again, you know, the energy, the emotions.
And Reed's going to attempt the extra point, going to be from the 25-yard line, so a 35-yard attempt. Kicks up. Is it going? It's good. Melbourne 31, Palm Bay 0. Ron, I'll see you down there, bud. It's been a great call.
Daryl, I'll see you in a minute. We'll be back on the air here in just a moment together.
Yes, sir.
But get down there, get set up, get ready for that trophy presentation. And here we are back for the kickoff for Melbourne. I'm going to be flying solo from now until the final ticks. 5:25 remaining in tonight's ball game, a 31-0 ball game, and an official timeout here for
All the burgers are cooked and the hot dogs are cooked. If
this
you
game.
don't get them before they're gone, then
Again,
you're
we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and stay tuned for the special trophy presentation. And another high-scoring affair, much to the dismay of the cheerleaders, who knock out they knock out their push-ups.
We still have 5 minutes and 25 seconds left in the game.
So they knock out one push-up for each point scored. So they hope for a win, but a low-scoring affair. But we want to give them a big shout-out, because those young ladies, you know, they keep it pumped here. The atmosphere inside the beautiful stadium of Tom McIntyre Stadium on the beautiful campus of Melbourne High School. We get back to the action here after the timeout. Still 5:25 remaining on the clock. Fielded at the 10-yard line. Got across the 20.
Bulldogs special team wrapping up the ball carrier at the 20.
Wrapped up down at the 20. That's where the Palm Bay Pirates will have first down.
Pirates will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20.
for that instant tackle or the stop or the slow, or they're getting in there and just disrupting any would-be quarterback play for Palm Bay. Clock continues to run. Pirates break their huddle. They're going to bring 2 wide receivers out to the left, 2 to the right.
Incomplete pass makes it 4th and long for Palm Bay.
Incomplete pass will stop the clock at 3:07. And one more time, I'm going to give you a heads up that we are going to have an abrupt shutdown here at the final play of this game. So we're going to be heading down, but we'll be right back on the air for a very special trophy presentation. A brand new trophy for this rivalry, affectionately called the Battle of Babcock Street. And of course, it is Babcock that connects these 2 streets, and also the Battle of Apollo against O'Galley, where Apollo runs on the backside of Melbourne High School. And that connects over to O'Galley. So just the 2 roads connect cross-town rivals. Flags. It's going to go holding against Melbourne.
Holding against the Bulldogs is going to bring it back a little bit, but it's still 1st and 10 for Melbourne.
That'll march him back to the 38-yard line. Slide that back to the 37-yard line. Pass complete.
Short gain for Melbourne, make it 2nd down.
Tackle inbounds, clock continues to run. Melbourne can just basically eat up as much clock as they feel like they want to at this point.
Bulldogs looking at a 3rd down. Third down for Melbourne. Flags on the field.
Flags come flying in. I think we're going to see a pass interference here from initial indication.
Personal foul against the Pirates is going to make it a 1st down, Bulldogs.
Fresh set of downs, and at this point, Melbourne can just run the clock out and get out of here. Can't see Palm Bay taking timeouts at this point to stop the clock. And we want to thank all of our sponsors. Please stay tuned for our special post-game presentation of the wonderful trophy. Brand new trophy this year for this storied rivalry.
2-yard pickup for the Bulldogs. It'll be second down. Pickup makes it third down for the Bulldogs.
The Melbourne Bulldogs will move to a 3-2 record. Palm Bay will fall to 0-5. And again, this will be a scoreless affair for Palm Bay, who came in this season with only 1 touchdown early in the season. And that'll do it for tonight. We will be back with you in just a moment.